She's in love with southern mountains. Hair falls like the snow. She bathes in the water. She drinks from the Holy Ghost. She's a whole world's lover. She's a wanderer, a wildflower. She sails fair weather and makes love by the witching hour. On Sunset Mountain, covered in snow. She's a lovely oak forest. Her leaves blow in the wind. She smiles by the riverside. The water's cold. She always jumps in. She's a whole world's mother, wandering through 1,000 flowers, singing it will be better soon, believe in love, endure the moon. On Sunset Mountain, covered in snow, with the mountain glow. She's a lonely devotee to the night winds that set her free. She's like the Illinois River. She's running cold and clear and fair. She's a whole world of mother of pearl, and she laughs for hours. She knows life only lasts so long. You're here and there, already gone. Back to Sunset Mountain, covered in snow, in the mountain glow. No matter where she goes. She's a lovely southern mountain, sitting and reading the Tao. She prays at an altar of sagebrush and Swenson's thrush. She's a whole world's lover, in the woods her holy water pours. No, I've never seen anyone as beautiful before. She's a sunset mountain, covered in snow, where the mountains flow. It follows her wherever she goes, wherever she goes. How y'all doing tonight? Very nice to meet you. My name's Colin Andrews. It took me a long time to get here. I came from Chicago, and it took all of about 14 years. But I didn't mean for it to take so long. I apologize. But since we all got here together, I guess I'll do my best to tell you the truth. Whatever it's going to be. I don't know what this song's about exactly, except that it's a bunch of riddles and about prison. Like a microcosmic prison in the neurofabric in the consciousness. There's a prison. I don't know. That's all I can give you. But I know that, especially spending a lot of time in the city and around automobiles and machines and noise and stuff, sometimes it feels real good. to just put my hands back in the soil. I'm lost in the windless August again. Gray skies come to wash it. The lens of my eyes, I'm staring out bone dry. From too much crying, my hands are callous. Preparing for a harvest, the hard times coming. Scandal politicians, moneyed science, and false religion, and the madness inside of every single cauldron. And where the landscapes turn now, where the acreage is plowed, all happens in my chest, with a big broken atlas, a heart without directions, lost and wandering roses. I've been working the fields in these Springdale hills. Cold mornings fill September, by noon it's blazing. The soil on my hands, the songbirds feed the land. The songs of grieving, even if my heart bleeds. Oh, the stronger I believe, no love is wasted. Sunset here comes early, so don't you miss it. Rays spill upon the clouds from a prism. We see a sky of shattered light. Silent echoes fill our minds and beg the question, can anybody hear me? And if so, who built this prison? Let's crush it. Sorry there's so much heaviness in the air. For me. I don't want to speak for you. But, man, I tell you what. Having a heart full of sadness and looking at the world and, whew, man, being around Cassandra Lewis has been a breath of fresh air, I tell you what. If you haven't seen what you're about to see, tell you what. Aww, shucks. It's great. It's fun. It's a fun thing. I only started playing performing music again just last year, so this is all still kind of fresh and new to me. And pretty soon after I started playing shows, Cassandra and I met around a campfire, and it was a very splendid evening of joyous laughter and strange tidings. And that's kind of my style. And so yeah, we were gonna just play this house show together. And then that turned into a house show, and I'm going to learn her set and play it all. And then that turned into 3 shows. So I got here tonight. I didn't even know I was coming to Beach Hall until yesterday. So this is quite a pleasure for me. Very lovely hospitality here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. And I feel very close to you, especially you. But since we're getting so close, I feel we'll just keep on with that truthing that we're trying to do here. I don't claim to know any such thing as the truth, but this is a good story if you're ready for it. Here we go. Nobody wants to talk about it, but I do. so I'm going to talk about it. I'm sorry. Sorry, Eddie. It was 4.5 short years ago. I was standing out back with a watering hose. My neighbor stepped into her garden. I knew something was wrong before she even said it. Everything's closing down. Better get some toilet paper. Well, first you know I didn't think much of it. I was living alone. I said, "You crazy or something? What do you mean you always knew it would be the bats?" And thank you very much. This here water hose is all the toilet paper I'll ever need. But I went for a stroll. Later that evening, nobody was around. I couldn't believe it. Storefronts closed, the supply chain froze, and the highways were like an open road. Nowhere you could go. Of course, y'all live on a pretty small island up here in the middle of nowhere. So I called my mom back at the house. She was making a mask from an old blue blouse, singing over and over, "This too shall pass." So I hung up the receiver because I didn't believe her. Took out my seeds from the refrigerator, went back to the garden and planted everything I had. Because it was like the whole world was made of glass. One little cough and it dropped and it shattered. It was more than a bummer. More than that summer. Months and months went slowly by. Angry protests when George Floyd died. A cry for mama heard around the world like a moving picture of Emmett Till. You know the media had a thrill. Said you can take a red pill or a blue pill, but either way you're about to hurl. And that's the deal. And this one big farm up in Idaho couldn't sell 1 billion pounds of potatoes. They just buried them in a big old hole. Nobody told them about Yemen, Bangladesh, Congo, slums around New Delhi, slums around Washington, D.C. That's where you'll find me. And then conspiracies mixed with people's feelings, and some of them stormed a Capitol building singing, "Tell us whose side you're on, and here read this email from QAnon." It explains everything. I was watching the news, I was fascinated, not really sure if I should get vaccinated, so I went to my closet down the hall and I got out my trusty magic 8-ball and I started just asking it questions. Now who can I trust? Dr. Fauci? CDC? Reply hazy, try again. What about George Soros? Better not tell you now. Oh no. Man, all these tragic times haven't seemed to end yet. I'm trying my best to remember that suggestion that we're all in this together. It just doesn't feel like it yet. Thank you so much. But truth be told, the pandemic sucked ass. It was a tough time, and but I felt a little bit prepared for it because I spent so many years kind of walking around the country, kind of hard living and hard traveling, and just kind of sitting there talking with people for hours and hours and days. I did that for a few years and just kind of walked around the country and hitchhiked around the country, just trying to get to know people because there's this crazy ass divide in this country, and in the world generally speaking. There's something strange going on because it looks like on the surface everybody kind of hates each other, but when we get down to it on a personal level, it seems like everyone's going through the same shit. Just wants it to be okay. And I don't know what that means exactly, but that was just my experience over and over and over in every single place I've ever been. All I had to do was talk to someone long enough, and it all turned into, they've had a hard life, they're carrying a lot of grief, they don't know what to do, they have hard relationships, and they're trying to make the world a better place as best they know how. Almost always. Except for this one dude, this meth head who showed up driving a taxi out in the woods in Northern California. I'm not sure what he was up to, but I don't better. Just trying to figure out who stole his stuff. He cut the seatbelt out of his car because he got stuck in the mud and he was trying to tow it with the seatbelt. I don't know how he tried to do that, but it didn't work. But I kind of had the roof blown off of my life when I was a little bit younger, 10 years ago or so. And found myself kind of lost and wandering around the city of Atlanta, and I didn't know why I was going to the city of Atlanta. Just something told me there was something for me to see. And there was a lot of things. Not much sleep, but a lot of experiences, and a lot of interesting people. And when I started playing music again, I recovered this old song and started working on it. And it's honestly still a work in progress, so bear with me. And but it's a story about walking around that great city, and it's called A Hymn for Atlanta. And don't you worry none. We're going to get Cassandra up here pretty soon. It's really sweet of her to let me play, though. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys enjoy this too. Standing on a corner in Atlanta in the winter, I've been waiting for a bus in the empty streets. I've been walking over hills, now passing cities citadel, eating rice and bread and rarely getting sleep. And I've given up hope on some American dream. And then I met a starving artist on his knee, and he says to me, my friend, where have you been? Won't you come with me? We can take a bus from the north side of Bridgeport. We'll head east across the great smoking mountains to a long lost coast and brilliant sea. Won't you come with me? Every day I see the mail out on Ponce de Leon, seeking under the table jobs to make ends meet. Many contractors will pass, a humble few might stop and ask, does anyone here have skill in carpentry? I know most these men will go back empty-handed to their homes. Maybe tomorrow we'll get what they need. Standing on a corner, Atlanta's nights are getting colder, so I walk without direction or beliefs. The homeless men are rapping on little 5 points, and in the alley, does anyone here find rest enough to sleep? These are the poorest men I have ever come to meet, and the wealthiest of souls begins to speak. And he says to me, my friend, where have you been? Won't you come with me? We are the blessed children of a dying revolution's peasantry. And if we're all in this together, I bet you ask yourself what that means. You can climb the the mountains, will you ever find the earth beneath your feet? Come with me. I'd like to play one more song for you, and then we're going to get my dear friend Cassandra Lewis up here. Y'all ready?
No.
Not quite. All right.
More time.
Because you have one more song, so you shouldn't be quite ready. Well, thank you so much for having me to your island. It's very, very, very beautiful. I mean, everything. I mean, this. What? I mean, I thought we should play that way. Like, just. This is what we're. My love. Fell in love with a piece of wood. It's more than a piece of wood, though, isn't it? Fascinating. Anyway, here's a song I wrote at a waterfall. I just fell in love recently, and I wrote this.
Love!
Yeah, it's cool as hell. I wrote this song at a time where I was doing a lot of deep work on myself, kind of taking some time alone to fix some shit that needed to be fixed in surgery, so to speak. Anyway, it's a song kind of like knowing that the love will exist no matter what. Whether I find someone or I don't, whether I lose my way or not, there's gonna be love in the world. And so it's kind of a hymn to that. Sing along to the quiet trees and the rest of them leave, and look for the hummingbird that visits me in my dreams, to make medicine from where I've been to help me get where I'm going. You made it through the pain. Through the years of our lives, the seasons always change. The hells that brought me to life will see me through till the day I die.